Hello, guys, and welcome
Hello.
to another podcast.
Hello.
As you can see, I'm joined by two plastic heads.
Robert.
I am made out of foam.
That's it, foam and plastic.
No, polystyrene.
Polystyrene, napalm. How are we, guys?
Kiss me.
We've got Ed over here, the 3D
Hello.
printing wizard, and we've got Mr. Producer over here, my cameraman and a right-hand man when it comes to all things YouTube and Discord.
Right, my
Airsoft.
supervisor breathing down my neck.
Yeah. So basically, this podcast is going to be the NAF podcast, as we all went away to NAF last weekend, and it was safe to say it was an experience, wasn't it, boys?
It was an experience. How much of that was positive and negative, I guess, is what we're going to talk about. There's a lot of different things with NAF, and I don't know what we should get into first, but the airsoft, I would say was the main point, which is a strange thing to say about a airsoft festival.
To say it's the biggest airsoft event in the UK, and the emphasis of being an airsoft event, you thought that it would have the best gameplay experience possible. But as a lot of people have said, I tried not to read into it, but they said that to go to NAF for airsoft is probably not the best thing, and they're quite rightly true.
Yeah. How the thing is, how much did we actually play? Is the question.
I played approximately half a game day. That's what I'll put it down to, half a game day.
Right, but I think in total, because I went out a little bit more than you
did,
guys, because I stayed out towards the end. But even I got annoyed, and I'm pretty. I don't know. I'm used to outdoor airsoft at badly run sites, and I'm not saying that Ground Zero is a badly run site, but I'm just saying that is what I'm used to. And I got fed up and like just walked off.
It's a badly run event.
Yeah. Well,
Game.
The game. So the gameplay side of things, I think you could chalk down to a few different pointers. One, I just think it's just too many people for a small area, and it's not an open like flat ground. There doesn't seem to be space for the people to play. So if it's, for example, and this is usually terrible when you like, it used to be at Bristol's, used to have this this indoor site like called the courthouse or something, and you'd have a corridor, and there would be 10 people trying to play on the same corridor. So it's just one man stood next to the other man, and it's this similar problem, but the difference is, instead of it being a corridor, it's a bush, and there is a lot of bushes.
And they're not even thin bushes, they're thick, dirty, big bushes.
Yeah.
There was a lot.
Some go as high as 6 feet tall, and there's just so much density in between. It's definitely more in favor of snipers, people wearing ghillies and stuff like that. It's
100%. It was a fucking Meal Team 6 and Wookiee convention. That's what I'm putting it down to.
And I was one of them.
Definitely. There was an element of that is kind of the standard airsoft thing, is to try and be a military simulator, but it just doesn't really work. And I feel like it was at times tried to be a bit too serious, more than it should have been.
Yeah. Joe decided to be a bush Wookiee this weekend.
I did. I saw the advantages of just hiding in bushes, because I've seen videos of people going there in the past, and generally those people have a better time because they can very easily spot who's not on their team, you know.
Yeah. How did you find your first ghillie experience? Because you went all out on this. You bought a ghillie suit, you wrapped your sniper, you upgraded your sniper, and you blended in very well. Don't get me wrong, I want nothing wrong with people playing bush Wookiees and that. What I do have a problem with.
I even spoke to Joe at one point. I didn't realise it was him during the day.
Yeah, I watched the video back, actually.
And I said, "Oh mate, oh yeah, there's some people up there." I had no idea it was Joe. I talked to him like it was a complete stranger.
Yeah, you pointed at me and said, "You sniper." there's people over there that you can shoot at.
I can't shoot straight. My scope is on tilted.
Actually, at that point, I fixed the scope.
Oh, did you? Okay, fair enough then.
So what was the gameplay like as a sniper then? Was that more enjoyable than as standard scrub, as I was trying to play as?
Well, it was far more enjoyable because you can play as like a lone wolf. Everyone else is running around shooting at other people. Everyone's giving orders to each other. But when you're a sniper, you can kind of go off on your own because your own team's not going to see where you are either. So they're not going to be giving orders out to people that they can't see. But I
Did
feel
you
like
get shot by your own team? Would be the next question.
I never got shot by my own team, but I shot a teammate by accident with the sniper. And I think I'm not sure what may have caused this, but I was aiming over somebody's head and the BB just went straight down, hit him in the back of the head, and I just went straight down behind cover.
God,
Just-
when he needs to die today.
He put his hand up and he went, "My teammates just shot me." And I'm just hiding behind a bush, just like,
Wasn't me.
definitely wasn't me.
Have you got any of your ghillie wraps pistol or sniper nearby just so you can show us your first attempt at ghillie wrapping?
Yeah, I'll go dig it out.
Go dig it out.
Foliage tube.
Foliage
look
tube.
like
Twig.
foliage.
Twig. Oh, the next sale bag's coming out.
Sponsor. Next.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't, and it would never happen.
Imagine it on Jersey. Next.
That'd be
Who's
so
next?
funny.
Oh, it's that shopping company that sells
that-
sofas and stuff.
Do they sell sofas as well?
Yeah,
They sell
they have-
clothes.
Yeah. Don't they have? I'm sure they have a range or something.
This is just showing how detached we are from the real world. we don't know
I
what
don't
next
do
is.
adulting, man. I don't do adulting. As you can see, my room's a mess. I just don't do adulting. Well, my kit bag's here.
I kind of do, but I mean, my adulting doesn't look very.
I've got some cool guns to talk about here. So Joe's got his wrapped sniper. Now, as you can see, he's for a very first rushed effort. I think that turned out fucking sweet, and it did blend in very well.
It looks like a twig. Yeah, you wouldn't.
The
if you dropped
suppressor's
that,
not
you
on at
wouldn't
the
find it
moment.
again.
No.
I did. I lost it like 3 times. I was going like this, like scrambling through, like where have I dropped my guns?
So I'm just going to insert a clip here of basically when me and Joe first got his ghillie suit and we took it out to the local woods and tested it out and got some oddly strange looks, especially when I was walking around filming like "Where's Joe?" and
Hang
people
on.
walking past going,
Hang
"Huh?
on,
What's he doing?"
That's great. So you bought a ghillie suit
Yeah.
and you went, all right, let's go see if this works. Goes to local park. That's wonderful.
Well,
That is-
It was more of like a forest. It
Yeah,
weren't-
we're
it was like
forested
a
area.
okay.
it were like a trail to basically go jogging through and riding bikes and
Right.
stuff.
You didn't go on the swings. That's what I'm
No,
asking.
there were no swings. There were just loads of
Oh, right,
people.
okay.
I
Well,
think the pistol's the best one.
Yeah, the pistol looks
That's
sick, man.
Very,
But
very
yeah, I'm going to
thorough.
insert the clip and then. So Joe, compared to when you first tried it to where you are now, like, what are your thoughts on it? Like, successful purchase?
I think it was, if you want to go down the ghillie route, definitely buying something is probably the best thing to do. If you want a good experience, and then if you feel sort of confident and you can find the right materials, then build it afterwards, because then you've got like a general idea of what it's supposed to look like. Because I was on the fence for so long on whether I was going to buy a ghillie, whether I was going to craft a ghillie, and this was going through my mind for like maybe 3 weeks or something until I finally decided to just buy something. So, and with that, you can generally just create your own from there.
What ghillie suit is
then-
it?
It's the KMCS, Kicking Mustang's own ghillie suit.
Yeah,
And how expensive was this ghillie suit?
heads like that. You want to know how expensive it was?
I don't know if I should really talk about how expensive it was. It wasn't like an arm and a leg. It was pretty reasonable. It's the hood with the cloak, and it's got sleeves on it, and I think that was like 130 or something like that.
See, for £130 to what it actually. Yeah, but
I'm not entirely certain.
perspective of how well it actually performs straight out of the bag. Like there's in the airsoft world, I don't think there's many products that come straight out of the box or bag that like worth the money. So like when you pull it into perspective, and the fact that ghillie suit's being used in real warfare.
Hang on. Wait,
Yeah.
wait, not Joe's one.
No, not his particular
Yeah.
one, but
I was gonna say you didn't like it second hand. That would be weird.
kicking Mustangs.
Kicking Mustangs. Ghillie suit is used in real warfare.
Yes.
It's
So
been used in Ukraine.
it's
By
currently.
which side?
Well, this is the funny bit, right? So according to
Ukrainian.
Kiki Mustang, his Gen 1 ghillie suits are currently being used by Russian sniper teams, and his new Gen ghillie suits are being used by the Ukrainian teams.
Oh, good. So he's got both sides. He's happy.
Yeah,
then.
pretty much. Yeah.
He's
So,
making
like,
money.
Yeah, he's making money.
For
Making
war.
money, yeah,
He's
I mean, is
making bank.
Is there a morality question there? I suppose that's not my job to judge.
It's not. I mean, he just sells an airsoft product that's somewhat amazing compared to airsoft ghillie suits.
Instead of in lieu of an actual military product. That's crazy.
I said this to Joe. I went, it don't matter where it's made. If it's being used in real warfare by real professionals, that's a good enough tick box for me.
I were looking at other places and they were selling something similar to mine for like £300. So I think I came out really well with something that's been crafted professionally as well.
Correct.
It did look good, and it was lightweight as well. It looked breathable, which I would say is
mesh.
It was like a mesh all the way through.
Before we move on from the ghillie and sniping stuff, let's talk about upgrades because we did a very last minute shopping upgrade for that sniper.
Oh yeah, it's very very loud now.
How did you find moving from like a fixed scope like you had on originally to move into an LPVO, which is the adjustable sight with the little?
I think it was. It was definitely a lot better. You know, I've got more of a clearer picture. I can zoom in out. I can put that scope on any weapon I want to now. So it's got those benefits. It's got the added option of using it lights up the reticle.
Yeah, it's for when you're in dark environments.
On there as
and
well,
stuff,
yeah. And it's very easily adjustable on the 0 as well. So, and unfortunately, I tried to use a sight razor and it wasn't even on straight. I don't know how I was supposed to fix that. So no matter how many times I was adjusting the 0, I wasn't getting
always off
anything from it. So yeah, it was always off.
So basically, the snipers now shoot in sniper power-ish, lower end of the sniper scale for now. But we've got a wasp piston in there. We've got a 2J spring or Apex 2J spring, and what else did we buy? Oh yeah, and we've got the Namtech trigger and Sear, which makes life easy for everyone. Adjustable trigger and all that, magnetic trigger, really nice. Yeah, it's a nice upgrade. We've still got some bits and bobs to do in it, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Are you happy though, Joe? Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with the state it's in right now. It's a bit louder than usual, but I feel like when you play airsoft and if you're far away, it's not really gonna make much of a difference because everyone's shooting at each other. No one's gonna be able to really pinpoint where I am unless they're really looking for where I am.
To be fair, what I noticed is a lot of people
I can sacrifice that.
Yeah, a lot of people snipers sound exactly the same as yours. Now, like, I'm guessing everyone's running very similar setups. So, like, do you know what? That's not actually too bad. But like I said to you, there is ways for us to quieten it down. But
it is also one shot. So I feel like the amount of time, the advantage time that they have to actually hear it and understand what's going on is so slim. Even if you're taking a few shots, especially when we got 3,000 people like the day that we had, you're never going to hear it and calculate where that's coming from.
Correct, 100%. Especially when it just flies for a bush and you're like, where did that come from? And nobody says anything.
That was a big problem. A lot of people didn't say anything. No one was actually speaking to each other.
Oh, that's a big part of that day as well.
A lot of angry
Those 2
players.
days.
Anyway, before
oh my god, I just wrote down salt. So I literally just wrote down salt as a note to talk about because it's something that happened a lot.
Anyway, before we go back to gameplay, let's talk about one of the big projects that we decided to take on for NAF, which was a fully custom 3D build, which, in an essence, was a stressful, traumatic story that resulted in many hours of labour, being scammed, and in the end,
God, you got scammed to add to the fucking Yeah, there was a lot went on for this build on Zach's part. Luckily for me, I just had to print bits, but
Yeah.
it lives. It's good. It shoots good. And it's really good to play with. We have got loads of footage of the mosquito as well. So yeah, it's
Yeah, so I want to say that like we got a good test with it, but like reality is that it really wasn't the best place to test out the new build. So I think we're going to do a proper build, a proper test like video of it when we go to a normal game, so we can all try it and play with it.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's just not
Just a
bushes.
smaller site with a well run, a simple well run day with about 50 people is what you need. Because I did get some kills with it, but there's a lot of in between walking, getting shot by your own team, digging out the good bits has been hard, and I have been trying.
But yeah, Ed can send me over them clips and I'll insert it here just of like the small clips he's got. But yeah, this build started off like very simple, and Ed's print was amazing. It is a little bit scuffed at the moment due to the fact of I couldn't get myself a SEMA gearbox. And basically what happened I was like, instead of paying £80 for a brand new gearbox that's basic, I will just buy a gun that has a MOSFET and everything and rip it out and put it in. Unfortunately, the gearbox that I bought for it was a little bit too big and it required some good old-fashioned dremeling. It required...
But it did fit.
Did fit.
Eventually.
It required dremeling. It required a front rewire extension cabling.
An electrical engineer was involved at one point.
Yes, because I was going to do it, but it was that such of a close to deadline for the gun to be built. I would just like let a professional do it. Like, don't get me wrong, I can solder, but I just wanted to make sure it were done correctly so that there were no problems.
Yeah, we're getting a bit too close.
Yeah.
The cool thing about that gun is that it has a 3D printed hop unit, and the hop unit really did surprise me. It managed to hop 3s, which, like, plastic injection molded hop units that you get with like normal airsoft guns, like a Spectre, for example, that would not be able to put enough pressure on it to make like hop 3s. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, I actually never thought about that because it is, and it's only printed in, I believe, PLA Plus is that hop unit because we originally tried printing it in, what was it? It was
CF.
Yeah, it was carbon fiber, but it was nylon with carbon fiber in it, and that did not print well at all. I got a whole whiny ass video of me talking about that, where I bitch and moan for ages, and everyone calls me an idiot for doing it wrong. But it won't print small bits well without loads of tinkering. So all of the smaller internal bits are all PLA plus, which is anyone in 3D printing knows is a very standard filament to use, but it's very strong, and it didn't have a problem. It does hop. It hops well. Nothing's fallen apart. It's performed very consistently when I was using it, although I didn't get that much of a chance. Not like a proper game day or anything. But yeah, no, it hasn't disappointed. Everything goes in a straight line, and it does what you expect it to do. Which for a gun that we made basically, or Zach made, I just made the bits for it. It's performed really well. So yeah, Mosquito.
I just thought Ed's running around with a big chunky steel from 12 years ago. He needs something modern. So this is where the project...
I literally have. Yeah, I have a gun that's older than some of the people that were playing that day. That's how old it is. But I don't buy things.
No.
I just, if it works, that's it. That'll be me until it falls apart. It's like jeans. As soon as I run out of one pair of jeans, I buy the same pair of jeans again. And when they run out, I'll do the same process.
But yeah, like the Mosquito build, I was very impressed with. I never got to actually play with it. But yeah, we're gonna go to a game day and try it properly and do a proper review on it. A few things to note. How much did it cost you to print, Ed?
I don't know. Let me think into my head. So CF filament, I got it cheaper.
No, just that one. Just that one.
What? Just the gun?
Yeah.
I would say it's probably, let's say 20, 30 quid's worth of filament at a guess. Because, I mean, if I printed loads of parts, I deliberately printed surplus just in case anything went wrong. But if I literally just printed the bits that went onto the gun, you'd probably be able to do it with a couple of rolls. So I would say, yeah, 20 quid's probably about right.
Okay. So 30, call it 30 quid for the print. The way I did it to get the gearbox and that 140 plus the bucking and barrel. The bucking and barrel I think were 25 quid. What else? And a battery which were like thingy. So that's like what 200 quid. Call it.
Yeah.
So for 200 quid, you've got yourself a modern build, and yeah.
I guess the main thing to it is.
Oh, actually, it'll be a bit more because of the hardware. The nuts and bolts were so expensive.
Yeah, you did do Amazon Basic like I did with some of mine, but you went to an actual proper store, didn't you?
I did. I went to a proper nuts and bolts store. I went to Accra. Shout out to Accra for sorting me out. But yeah, I'd probably say about 300 quid. For like a 300 quid gun, I was actually impressed.
I guess the upside to it though is because it's 3D printed and modular, you can make that whatever you want it to be. If you want it to be longer, you can do that. If you want it to be, you can make it a pistol.
Yeah, you can make it shorter, a little itty bitty 5-incher. The only issue with the gearbox that we've had to point out, there's no fire selector because the gearbox is weird and has a weird fire selector plate, which is dual, so I had to snap it. Works on semi. You can open it and force it to go into full auto if you really want to.
To be honest, I actually prefer to play semi-automatic. The only reason I got in the habit of don't give me that look. The only reason I got in the habit of spraying like fuck is because my ancient M4 gets stuck on semi, so I always flip it into auto anyway. And me being me, I've got 300 rounds in a high cap mag, so I just hold it out. And generally speaking, someone gets hit at the end of that.
Not at NAF though.
No, not enough. No.
Because there's
all those people we shot at.
Everyone, we'll come on to that. We'll come on to that in a minute. But
hold it.
But yeah, I bought some parts to try for that gun. I was very impressed. The Real Deal barrel's amazing. Shout out to Jake from Real Deal in America. And the Gen 3 True Hop really did surprise me as well. So I'm going to get them in a couple of other builds and see how they perform.
I think the next step is making our very own gun.
Yeah.
Which
own design.
It's a design feat, which is going to take ages, but once done can be replicated. So I think that's what that basically shows us is it can be done, and it can be done quite well.
I think for me personally, I think that is the future of a lot of airsofters. I think buying, well, this is just me, but I would much prefer to buy guns. As Joe knows, I like to rip all his stuff apart and put better stuff in it. As this gun that I'm going to get in a second, we're going to talk about, because this gun really did highlight a lot for me.
The Spectre.
Yes,
that's been like. Would you say that's been 2 years in the making right now?
Bro, this it's a hard one because, like, obviously, to get it to where it is today,
on and off.
It's cost a lot of money to get it where it is today, but it's literally 99% done now. It needs one more part doing to it because it's just failed. So basically, this was a Spectre. What were it now? Not a Flex.
I think it was like an SAX 02 or something like that, or a 01. It was the most recent version of the Spectre, I believe.
So this is I would call an advanced entry level gun. It's not like a beginner gun, and it's not like a really high end gun. How much did you pay for it? Was it like 300 or something?
It was 310.
310. So like 310.
Okay. That 10 was because they had to two-tone it.
Yeah.
So that's the same price as my KWA M4, which that's the ancient thing.
Yeah,
that's back in the day as well. That's like over 10 years ago. So inflate that, then I guess it probably would have cost more now.
Yeah, probably. The reason we got this is because it had a MOSFET in it. It had fairly decent response shooting semi and single. It were ARP mags, which were cheap and cheerful, but we soon found out of the issues with those. But basically, we wanted to juice this up and basically decided to do a DSG build. And basically, we've pretty much changed out every single thing in this gun, other than bar the upper receiver and the pistol grip. Everything else is now technically aftermarket.
Yeah,
was
the
never,
lower is now M4 lower.
Yeah, it were originally an ARP one, which were the stick mags. It's now an M4 because we wanted to move over to the platform we have mags for.
It was mainly because we couldn't find a perfectly good solution or like an alternative mag to actually to fit it, because either A, they were all out of stock, or B, if you were to find them, they were just incredibly expensive to find an alternative that worked. So I was just like, why don't we just change the lower?
£9 lower, £9.
I've got 7 M4 mags.
Yeah.
Just put them to good use. They hold like 250 rounds.
That's another thing as well. Like, we've got like, we all run EPM mags, which are like 30 quid mags. The equivalent ARP mags are also £30. So instead of spending like £200 and getting replacement mags that actually work, we're just like, let's just use the M4 mags. It's a £9 replacement. So we ordered a lower polymer, £9 received from Spectre Arms. Came rapid.
Cheap plastic, lightweight.
Yeah, and it's never missed a beat. Works perfectly. It's got some speedy boy attachments. It's got a SKP mag release and fire selector and rear pin now because it shook itself loose. That's a big problem that we're trying to work at. But yeah, the only real issue now is the MOSFET. But big shout out to Ed for making us a nice little Marcus the Worm gun charm for it.
That's going to stay on there until it breaks.
That's going to stay on there till it gets shot out.
Probably. It's quite strong stuff as well, so that might be there for a while. I did actually try to paint it, but I ran out. The reason it looks like it's just got splotchy and artistic thing is because I sprayed that up and I sprayed up its brother, and then I ran out of paint.
But yeah, this build has taken quite a while. Obviously, it's been very expensive. I think we're in the region of like £600 now. This gun's like £600. But like, it's. Do you know what? I'll insert some clips, but like.
Reload. I need reload. I see him.
Like we impress some HPA users with this. Like, this build is amazing. It's pretty much a real deal build.
It's been a gradual process.
And it's literally there now. Like, we're just fine tuning the itty nitty little titty bits, which I think the last thing we need now is a better MOSFET for it, because it's basically using the cheapest of cheap MOSFETs. Like, I had to pay to upgrade the MOSFET software. €20 it just cost me, and it still didn't fix the problem. So I'm just like, yeah, we need a new MOSFET. So we're gonna put a new MOSFET in, and that gun will be there, and it'll be done. And then I can give it back to Joe and be like, Joe, there's your gun. 3 years later.
There's your gun. It's been in my room for like a whole year.
What were your guys? Well, we've got the clip of your guys' reaction when we first let it rip on Full Auto.
Hilarious.
Yeah.
it literally sounds like an off spray has flown overhead and it's annihilated like a field of people. It's so loud. There was a minigun next to Zach, and the minigun looked pathetic because it's spinning round and cycling in, and then Zach's one just sounds. I can't even get the noise. It's just like it is just like an off spray. It's the only thing I can think of is or like a warthog front end. What do you call it? Like the minigun that has. That's what it sounds like. It sounds unbelievable.
I'll insert the clip, but again, like, this is the first time it's actually had gameplay since it's had a lot of the upgrades done. So like, gonna NAF probably wasn't the best idea to showcase it, but once we've got the new MOSFET, we'll take it to a game day and we'll actually get some proper results. But yeah, I'm gonna insert the clip
properly. Would be great.
Yeah, I'm gonna insert some clips of like the reactions I got from it. For me, I just thought it was the perfect moment to be like, right, there's a load of guys still shooting on Zemet. No one's moving anywhere. Let's give a bit of inspiration.
Yeah, there were like 30 people though, I think.
Let's just
that was
say
another one of those crowded around a bush situations.
Let's just say that this can hit 56 RPS.
Oh, you did a test, didn't you? And then
56 RPS.
And that's
56 rounds per second is crazy for a AEG, man. But yeah, we'll get back to that. But to the next game day, the Spectre video still is on hold.
56 rounds per second.
That's basically a mid cap in 3 seconds.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I need a box mag.
And is that what happened? Did you go through like one mag?
So my issue,
In
the
5
issue I
seconds?
had with it was the first rip I did sick. And then after that, the MOSFET started having issues and wouldn't cycle properly. So like it would fire in
Right.
bursts, but in long bursts it would just go. So problem solved. New MOSFET for it. We'll get a Perrin. We'll get a Perrin one. I'll show you that because yeah, amazing. But that's a topic for another one. Anyway, moving back to gameplay.
We're there now, are we?
It's been the Da Vinci of guns.
But it's gonna be sick. It's gonna be sick. It's fucking mint. Honestly, very impressed. Especially when we get
Vinci
this new.
code.
I'm telling you now, when we get this new MOSFET for it, it'll shoot like a HPA gun with a trigger. But yeah, moving back onto gameplay. Let's talk about the biggest thing with NAF, and that is the amount of cheating.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Unbelievable. And it's not even like a joke. And you know, you have those moments where you're like, I kind of feel like I might have hit him, but I'll just assume I didn't hit him. I didn't have any of those. I was bang on. I recorded the whole thing.
Mhm.
I mean, I'll even dig it out mostly. There's one clip where I think, about 15 meters away from someone. I've got my old M4. I've put it on fully automatic, and I've fired at him for a good couple of seconds, and then he's gone, oh. And that happened a lot.
yeah.
That was pretty much like most of NAF, and everyone is so hot and bothered. Everyone is so like pissed off. And this is like day one. Everyone was so salty. There were arguments with like the marshals. There was arguments with everyone over the smallest, most pathetic shit that you wouldn't believe. One of them was telling someone where their dead zone was, but the player was dead. And then the guy said, "Dead men don't talk," which is a thing in airsoft.
Yeah.
If anyone doesn't know, you don't tell people the information if you've been shot, because obviously it's not fair. But he was literally saying like where you walk when you've been shot, and that was enough for the players who were actually on our team to say something. And then the back and forth that came from it went on for about 5 minutes of yelling, and it's just like, where am I? Who are these children that have come out to play airsoft, and why are they so tall? It was unbelievable.
Another thing that was baffling is the amount of people complaining because he got shot more than once. Really blows my mind that people moan because they're getting shot. It really baffles my mind. Or like,
If you want to play airsoft, you get shot.
yeah, that's the whole point of it. We're shooting each other. Like another one as well is where they get hit once, they put their hand up, but they're in a bush or whatever, and like a hard
and you
place
can't
to
see
see. And they might not have heard, so they keep getting shot, but they're still stood there going, "I'm hit already." Just like, well, just get out the way. Like,
I've just
move.
started touching my head. When I went off into the church and I tried to spray down that guy, when I was walking back, our own team, right? Our own team lit me up as I had my hand in the air, and they didn't just hit my torso; they hit me in the head. So it went. I felt at least 10 good BBs smack me in the dome because I had a Proflex on, but there was nothing covering my head, and it stung like a motherfucker. But did I go and fight anyone? Did I cry about it? No,
No,
I just got on with it because I'm playing airsoft. You get shot is a thing that happens.
prayed to the fish. Prayed to the fish and went back out.
He did not protect.
No,
I mean,
he did not.
that's what happens when you're a ghillie as well. When you're a ghillie, like people will generally think, "Oh, he's in that area. I'll just spray into that area until he puts his arm up." I must have got shot like in the back and all the way up my side, like a few hundred times, and I've just put my arm up and just gone back to spawn because they don't even know where I am. They'll just shoot in that general direction.
And also with NAF, and I think this is increased by the people being salty as fuck and not taking the hits, is that you can't just put one round down there, so everyone's fully autoing everyone, which is adding to the salt. So it's sort of a vicious cycle. Because there's a clip somewhere that I can send to Zach, is in the file, where I've gone up onto the hill. Everyone else can't be bothered to play clearly anymore because they just sort of stood around. I've gone up on the hill. I've popped up, taken out a few people, having a great time. And then I believe my own team on the other side of the gorge has ripped into me. It smashed the lens on the front of the GoPro camera, like the protective one, not the actual one,
Yeah.
and lit me the fuck up. And again, I was just like, okay, That's annoying, and that's when I stopped playing. So that was my rage quit moment. It was like I can't walk back to spawn anymore and go back out. I've ran out of enthusiasm, and at this point, bearing in mind I was the only one from our team on the field, as in our group that we went with, because no one else could be fucked at this point. Everyone else went, this is shit. Let's just not bother. And I was like, no, I'm gonna get the most out of this. And boy, did I regret that. That was it. Was I was just like, do you know what? No, they're right. Fuck this. This is shit. There's no point. I'm gonna go play it Yorkshire Tactical Airsoft, like I did a little while ago, and I'll have a way better time. No one's gonna scream at anyone, and the marshals are a hand at all times, and they can see the cheating if it happens. And you're always playing the game, but it's walking simulator for Middle Team 6. Is what a lot of people.
It's like thinking like I just got to play out like all week, and I'm not gonna do no teching for anyone. Game sucks. I'm gonna go do some teching. I went and go tech on Airsoft Noob's AK. I just remember I sat down with it. I'm like, okay, let's take it to pieces. He went off somewhere, came back, and his gun were in pieces, and his face were a picture. He was like, whoa.
It was like when he went out. I think that might have been when we were playing at the end of day one.
Yeah.
That might have happened because we went off and we played a bit as well. We got a little bit of gameplay, but same kind of problems. But I think that's something to bear in mind of NAF is you've kind of got to make your own fun.
Yeah,
to an extent.
Yeah, we did.
And we definitely did.
Like, I mean, we could have literally walked off into a section of wood that had no players and had his own little mini game.
To be honest, I think I was talking to Joe about this as well. That I think that's a real good idea that they should introduce. They should just have a little area where there's just one marshal to make sure no one's like gone in there to like stab each other, and just let people just play. Say you want to do a quick 10 team deathmatch. Say you meet up with another group and you're like, oh, you guys versus us. Yeah, let's go play that. Have a tiny little section of the woodland somewhere. It's a big map. We actually only saw a tiny map because I've played before. Other like sort of even one semi-Milsim event, and there is a bit of the map that isn't shit, and it's great because that's not fair. It's not that the map's shit; it doesn't work with lots of people. But there's an area where it's lots of tall trees, but you can see for quite a distance, so you can actually have a lot of people playing at once. And we did not even see that area because we just got stuck in the same zone, and I think that was a bit of a shame. But yeah, having a small field. Even maybe just some inflatable barriers or something, like just anything, just to have a little zone so that people can play their own games if they get fed up of the slog walking simulator, which a lot of it is.
Another thing as well, there were no incentive to do it. Like, yeah, you get points for capturing different objectives, but like,
what do we get?
Like big game paintball, for example, right? You do an objective, and they go, if you do this objective, you get a reward for it. What's your reward? You'll find out when you complete the objective. So you complete the objective, and it goes, right. For example, one game where you've captured this thing, now you get a deployment behind enemy lines. And obviously they couldn't afford vehicles, so what they did were they got 2 referees, put tape around both referees, and they went, whoever can fit inside that, you'll get invulnerability, we'll walk behind the enemy lines, and once we get behind enemy lines, we'll cut the rope, and you can just all sprint and split off, and fucking, that's fucking airborne deployment. And they were like, you've got like, soon as tape's cut, you've got 10 seconds invulnerability, and you can fucking run and find cover. And there was stuff like that just makes it worth it. Like, say like you're having a gunfight like that goes, you can just have like 20 or 30 guys just come behind enemy lines, deploy, and then you've got that. Or there's stuff like the game would give away free grenades and surplus for completing an objective. Like you'd get like a box of smoke grenades or a box of Mark 5 Thunder Flash.
Yeah, you're rewarding effort for more fun.
Yeah,
and not just a point system. Which, let's be honest, at any game day, no one gives a shit who loses.
Nope.
No one gives a shit who wins.
Nope.
Because we just want to shoot people.
Unless you're hardcore Milsim.
Maybe. I mean, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think I would belong with the hardcore Milsimers. I'm too busy doing this shit.
The fun shit.
Fun shit. But that would be really good if they did something more along the lines of that. Because you don't really care. Like all the game modes as well. It's like, oh yeah, we've got cocaine packages hidden around the site. Make sure you find them and bring them back to extraction point. It's like, who fucking cares? Like really, who fucking cares? No. I don't even know were there any like real like hostage missions or any like silly. I feel like a lot of the game modes are your standard kind of stuff. And I went last year. I actually went on my own last year, and it's pretty much the same playbook from what I've seen. And I think there was less marshals, so that's what it felt like at least.
Yeah, I just did not feel the presence of marshals at all.
No,
Um,
at spawn. Yeah,
I don't think I even
otherwise-
saw one.
not on
Yeah.
the field. No, not I can think of.
I did see commanders that would occasionally walk over to the dead zone and say, "If your time is up, can you please leave the dead zone and continue playing?" And that was it.
yeah, the dead
Which is
zone.
not a good.
And a
yeah.
lot of people just stood around like, "I'm not even leaving this. I've been here 20 minutes. I'm not leaving this dead
Especially
zone
on the
right now.
second day
I can't be bothered with it."
at the HQ for the others, and I'm sure it's the same as the other ones as well. People were they're wearing the goggles still, but they're just having a chill. They're just hanging out. It's like a picnic in the park. They're like the fact that you'd have to go and ask people to leave the dead zone. You should want to leave the dead because you're there to play airsoft.
Yep.
You want to go and play the game, and the fact that people couldn't be bothered, kind of really does say something. We're not going to get allowed to go to NAF again. We're going to have to change our names.
That's
I
all
haven't
right.
thought
Well,
that.
I'll find us
We're
better
different
events.
person.
We'll go to
To be
Poland.
honest-
We'll go to Poland.
Yeah, I think genuinely for gameplay wise, and I do like NAF. I'm not going to make this into a bitching about NAF episode, but you will have better airsoft gameplay if you just picked a standard site on a normal game day, and perhaps went 2 days in a row.
100%. You camp there. Just camp there overnight.
No, and there's better sites out there. There's some that've got buildings and such. I think Dragon Airsoft or something. I haven't played. I think there might be one in Wales that's got like loads of buildings and
Trenches.
flat grounds where you can play. Yeah, or the site that we were talking about going to that has trenches and whatnot, which is just more interesting than
Tactical slide.
another bush and a tactical slide. What more
Yeah.
do you want?
Yeah, that was the first place we went to as rentals day one
It was so good.
as
So
well.
good.
It was. I mean, you had like gun barrel functions and stuff like that, but it's
Oh,
still a
don't get
good
me wrong,
site
yeah.
to enjoy yourself because we were
Game
just
map. Yeah.
constantly pushing up. We were like getting down. We were crawling on his hands and knees through trenches, and there was shots flying over, grenades being thrown at us, and you had to like drag your teammates into cover so they could be
That's so much fun.
revived. It was
That's
just
so
so
much
much
fun.
chaos in like
Yeah.
in the amount of time, and you're always on the move. You've always been
Trench.
given an objective and something to do.
Yeah. Crawling back behind enemy lines in trenches like World War One gameplay. So it was sick. And just running up top with everyone going, ah! Yeah, it's just fucking. That's another power up they could have done as well for the fucking game. They could have respawn point deployments where your commander can go to a point and go, right, I'm activating one of my abilities. Respawn deployment. So you don't have to walk all the way back.
Yeah.
You go to the commander,
Yeah.
you touch in, and you go back in. And he's
Yeah,
like that.
like a flag.
Yeah, and you get like 2 life systems. So you touch in once, you go back in. If you get shot again, then you go back to the respawn. Or you just time it and be like, you've got unlimited respawns for like 2 minutes. So it gives the incentive for players to just push and keep pushing and keep pushing and pushing. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. I think they would struggle. I feel like to enforce it as well because of the what seemingly lack of marshals. But that reminds me of what is quite a big point as well because I think me and Airsoft Noob encountered someone getting really salty with some marshals. The commanders, it's confusing what they are.
Yep.
Because you look at them, sometimes they're a commander and they can shoot you and they're involved in the game and you can shoot them, fine. And sometimes they're a marshal. And the difference is they will have. And when I saw him, he didn't bother to put the yellow high vis over his purple high vis. He just had it on his shoulder.
Yeah.
And that's not. To me, that's not really enough. And when you've got this many people playing, everything's got to be obvious.
Yep.
And and you can't just say, well, you should have read the rules, which I think is what they sort of heard some people say that was said, because it just makes it unclear.
Yeah, that's another thing. Like the commanders should be exclusively a player. The whole point of the commander is to run the forces, not to marshal the game, not to do anything else other than give objectives for teams to do, throughout missions, throughout power ups. And I've been to Go on.
No. So I was just gonna say it's also that it's doing 2 jobs at once.
Yeah. Like
when it's too hard to do that.
Especially when 90% of the marshals I encountered had fucking a large issue and were fucking mardy as fuck about doing the job they'd been given. So like giving them the job of playing and marshalling were just a stupid idea.
Marshalling's hard.
Yeah, marshalling's
hard on its
It's
own.
fucking crazy. It's a hard job to do, and I have utmost respect for any marshal that does that job. I've been a marshal myself for games and tournament, and it's fucking hard. You get so much abuse off players, but like for me, if you were generally like interested in being a ref and you do the job properly and players moan at you, then it's shit. But when there's generally shit refs, which I encountered, I don't have no sympathy. It's like thing when I went to Chrono and like there were no one chronoing. Like there's supposed to be a member of staff there to.
I had
chrono.
the same thing as well. And did you have a back and forth? Because I then went to the where you sign in basically. Said, hey, is there a marshal that can chrono? He looked at me and said, oh, there's a marshal there. I went, okay.
No.
Walked back. No, there isn't.
Yep.
I go back again. There isn't a marshal there. Can someone come do it? And he goes, oh, okay, someone will come down in a minute. And then when we get there, the marshal that was there had come back.
Mm-hmm.
But I was there for a little bit waiting around, and there wasn't one there. But it's just like a radio blip. Marshal, you at the chrono? Like I'm no expert. I don't run sites.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm talking out my ass. Take all of this as this is just a player experience.
Yeah, no, like there should be a marshal. Like every marshal in the safe zone gets designated to a point. Like there's someone that sits and looks after the chrono area. Like if he needs to go to the toilet or whatever, call the radio. Can someone take over the thing while I go for a toilet? Get a drink.
It's very laid back, which is good, but also bad.
Yeah.
And something else, because of that, you'd think, oh, well, does that mean that some people were just going on site without chronoing their guns? Yes, loads.
Yeah.
And I overheard when I was in HQ and I overheard one of the marshals talking about it. He said because the way they did it this year is they've got UV paint on a pen. They write that on your gun, and now they've got to look around your gun with a UV light to try and find it. Okay, fine. I guess it works. I saw them check my gun. They checked a few other people's guns. I couldn't remember where they put it, but they found it. But he went up to a guy and tested him. This is the story he was telling to another marshal. He said, "Oh, I went up to this guy and I tested him." And he said, "Oh, you chronoed your gun?" I goes, "Oh, no, because there's no one at the chrono." And he goes, "Oh, right. Well, off you go then. Go get it chronoed." But do you know what's stopping that guy from just walking out and carrying on with the game? Nothing. Absolute fuck all. That guy can just walk away from the marshal and go, yeah, sure thing, boss, and just play.
Jump
They
into
never
a
know.
bush.
Yeah,
Jump
never
into
to
a
be
bush.
seen again.
Never to be seen again. That's
Could
the
just
thing,
run
you
to the
get
other
away with
side,
the
other
milk.
side of the field, and no one would ever know
Yeah,
where he's gone.
completely.
So easy to hide.
Fucking crazy. But yeah, like I had one marshal try to take the mag out my hand because I was trying to sort the gun out and he wanted to fill the mag up. But he could clearly see I was having gun issues, but he was more focused on the fact that he needed to fill my magazine up for some odd reason. Instead of just letting me sort my gun out, he was like trying to get in my way, and I'm like, bro, I've got gun problems. Like
This is another problem we came across. Zach and Joe are both very experienced airsofters, way more than me. I've always loved airsoft and I've played it, but it's been pretty intermittent. But Zach and Joe, you guys actually play like tournaments and stuff.
yeah.
And Zach, especially when it comes to gun teching, knows more than anyone. So to him, all the issues that I would just find annoying, to you must be infuriating.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, like I've got like 4 or 5 years airsoft properly. I've got like 10 plus years in paintball. So like in a combined experience of like 15 years, like the amount of sites and events I've been to loads. I've seen great events. I've seen extraordinarily awful events, and I can't lie, I think NAF's been one of I think it's at the bottom.
I could see it in your face as soon as we sort of started getting into it. It was please show the video of you being grumpy.
I'll put it in.
With the HPA thing. I love that clip so much. I knew where to get it.
This is
This
is
was
the
great.
most infuriating thing, right? We are now in the point where HPA is so common. Like, if you looked at the player base and see what everyone's shooting at NAF, 90%, 80 to 90% of players were shooting MTWs, which are HPA platforms. Like, sites now should be investing in compressors. Like, especially if they do airsoft and paintball, a lot of the sites do have compressors, so shout out to them guys that are doing that. But, like, if you are an airsoft site and you don't have any form of decent HPA, you need to spend some money. Like, you need to get the wallet out and start spending some money, because there's nothing more infuriating than sites A, charging money for it, and then B, 30 minutes for a
Yeah,
fucking
that was-
refill.
It was fucking
Oh.
amazing to watch his reaction. It was so funny. I've never, you know, when you see someone who's very clearly visibly angry, it was brilliant because it's like not only are we charging you for, let's be honest, air, we're literally charging you for air, and it's going to take us 30 minutes to do this.
£5. £5. I don't mind paying £3 for a refill from a scuba tank because at the end of the day, it costs them money to refill the scuba tank. I don't
Well, they
mind
must
paying
have had a
£3.
compressor. They must have had a compressor for that many people.
I don't know, but it doesn't.
Was it £5 every time you wanted to refill
Yeah.
as well? It
Like
wasn't just £5 for the day.
No.
The one
No,
positive,
every
you got a full fill. That's the one positive. But I didn't need a full fill because I weren't going to be playing long enough to use a full fill. And they could have just filled up to 3k and be like, boom, there you go, £3. Or they could have offered a day pass or something. Like at the stand, they've got like a mini compressor that charges up and they charge a £5 for the game day or like £2 a fill or whatever. And that takes, the longest I've waited for that is like 10 minutes. Which,
They were £1, I think.
like
It's
pound
free
or-
at my local site.
Like
It's also a paintball site, and it's just free. They just go, "Oh, yeah,
YTA,
okay."
YTA, what we went to, Borderlands, they run off, what's it called? Scuba tanks. They're a paintball site, they've got scuba tanks, and it's free. It's included in your game day. So you can get unlimited refills on a scuba tank. That's top tier to me. Top tier, and it
D20.
takes 2 minutes.
D23 is the same, and the refills are actually on the field as well.
Oh,
They're on the field. There's 2 of them. There's one when you walk through the safe zone
Mm-hmm.
onto the field, and then there's another one that's actually on the field itself.
Yeah.
So you're not having to walk as far. So you basically you run out, you refill, you're back into the game again. It takes a matter of 3 seconds to refill a tank as well.
Does
'cause let's be
There's
honest,
no
airsoft
queues.
Airsoft is already an expensive hobby. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm cheap
Yeah.
as fuck, but it's still an expensive hobby.
Yeah, of course, yeah. But yeah, like District 23, their setup, I think more sites should start investing in proper setup. All it takes them to do is either buy a small container, put it in the safe zone, fucking modify it, put fill lines through, boom, sorted. Like, it's not that hard, and I think sites that refuse to accept the fact that HPA is now quite common, you're just
It's-
gonna...
The booth that they were doing it at as well was so small.
Yep.
They're expecting 3,000 players that day. If 25% of them want to refill, that's going to be at capacity very quickly.
30 minutes. 30 minutes.
And 30 minutes. Yeah,
30 minutes.
30 minutes. And that was when we were trying to get going, and I think Zach had to fix something, or I can't remember
Yeah,
exactly.
something
We had
like
to do
that,
some gun teching in the morning, and we're meeting up with we met up with Airsoft Noob, we did all that stuff, sort of got into the site, did all the, and it just felt like delay after delay, and then to have that as the final cherry on top
I was like,
was
what
just,
do you mean?
yeah.
Why did no one say you've got a 30-minute wait time or whatever?
well,
what-
and
And
we
that's
could have gone
another
off
thing
and
as
done
well.
something else, but
Fucking, oh, give us your phone number. We'll text you. We'll text you when it's done, ready to collect. I'm like, bro, I've got no signal. I'm not going to bring my phone out to the game zone. So, like, what? I'm just expected to wait here and just waste my day. Thanks, guys.
that's the thing with that's the nice thing about AEG is you are completely self-reliant. And I know you could buy your own tank for HPA, but on AEG, if you've charged your batteries, even though mine are dodgy and we all know they're dodgy, but you can get up and go a lot easier, and you haven't got to rely on a site. And don't get me wrong, I feel like you should be able to rely on a site when it's as popular as it is. But anytime you involve someone else, it slows things down.
So it's crazy. And, like, I know they've brought in extra staff for, like, to help out, but the people that they bring to put on certain stands, they should have some basic knowledge and understanding and everything, and not just like, I don't know. Just, like, put someone on who actually knows.
Well, I don't know if that lady played airsoft.
That's what that's
I've got a
that's my
feeling she didn't.
no, that's my point. Like,
she
put
had
her
too
on
many
something
teeth.
else.
She had too many teeth, and she looked normal. She doesn't play airsoft.
Yeah, it's just wild.
There's something I'd
Um,
like to mention is that we didn't even play the game when everyone else started. Like the game had already started. We were maybe like an hour late, and when we went down there was like hardly any people like still around the vendors or at the bar or anything like that. It was like practically dead in terms of like numbers. So majority of people were actually out on the field already.
Yeah. The time, I think, what is it? I think it's 9:30 they open the booking in, and they want to kick off by 10 past 10. Not 10. Sorry, 10:30 is. I think that's what they did last time I went. But the brief, I didn't really know that you're missing that much. Really.
No.
We went down there late on purpose because we didn't want to have to queue for things, and we got there and we still had to wait. So
Yeah.
And the queuing can be quite bad when it's day one. Because
Yeah,
obviously
yeah, I've
everyone's got to
seen-
chrono their guns. But the upside is there isn't actually marshals there to chrono, opposed to not being there.
Yeah. From footage I saw last year, some people were saying they had to queue for like a full hour to chrono.
Criminal.
Mm,
I'm guessing that's why they introduced the Wednesday, Thursday day.
yeah, making them more money, which is great. It's a good idea. I even contemplated with the idea of getting the Thursday ticket, driving down on the Thursday, getting booked in, chronoing, and then coming back just to make. But I was already going to be exhausted, so I didn't do that in the end.
No.
I came from Reading Festival instead because I'm a fucking genius.
Yeah, this guy went for a fucking rave and then came to us.
Yeah, it was great. I don't get me wrong. I mean, Pink Pony Club was great, but I was so tired. I had 4.5 hours sleep.
Yeah, let's move back to the point that we were going to talk about earlier about the cheating incident that we had that pretty much topped it off for me. Like, we basically came out of a spawn, and what tends to happen is that the main pathways that are around the site, you will find as people walking up and down, and you can never differentiate whether they are just chilling there waiting for the teammates, they're in or out of the game, or they just having a break, or they're just watching, etc. And we found ourselves in a very particularly odd situation where we was walking back from a spawn, ready to get in the game, and there must have been 7. What was the green band? Was that Bravo?
I got a feeling green is Delta, but it's not important.
No.
Insert
Fuck Delta.
military tagline name here. Yeah.
Delta
Or
Bravo.
is it fuck Bravo? One of the two.
No, I think it was fuck Delta.
Fucking
And
hell, let's not get started on that.
they did get Zach started on that. That was great.
Yeah, anyway, we've come out as game zone, we're looking for a place to insert ourselves, and we're walking down the road that everybody walks up and down on, and then there's a player stood at the side staring at like 7 or 8 Bravo players stood stalking around, and like I'm looking, they're looking, I think we're all looking like, what are they doing? Next thing you know, they perform a single column and prepare to move into the bushes in an advancing formation, to the point of which I was like, they're in the game, they're playing, and I decided to light them up. So I started lighting them up, this other player started lighting them up, and the rest of our squad just turned around and started lighting them up. And it must have been like 10 meters away, right? And we
on full auto most of us as well.
Yeah,
Bear
we
that in
all
mind.
went full auto into this line of 8 players.
Yeah, I
None of
did it as
them
well.
put their hand up, and they
The
all went
remarkable
in.
thing,
Go on.
They were so quick and they were so agile. They dodged a literal wall of BBs.
It was hellfire. We rained hellfire down onto them.
Like, we unloaded so many BBs that we must have hit at least 1 or 2 or 3 of them. There was like the top half of the body was exposed as well, and we were shooting over the bush that were covering the bottom half.
There's so many cases like that as well. I saw this.
I started going like this. I'm like, someone's got to be hit. Someone's got to be
spraying
dead.
left and right. I was shooting in front so that they were moving into the BBs. I was like, nah.
And they weren't that far either.
No, they wasn't that far.
they were
10
not
meters, I'd
far
probably
at
say.
all.
But yeah, I'm going to insert the clip of me just having a meltdown about it after. But
One thing we can all agree with, that this is the signature of, I am shot, I'm dead, I'm going back to respawn, and I'm not looking for a gunfight. The amount of people walking around with the guns that light down like this, looking like they're
Chilling.
going to another new location. I didn't even know who was fighting. I didn't even know who was playing. I didn't even know who was out at the time.
Nope.
So I'm just walking around going, is this person dead? He's just walking around, he's having a chat. He's got his gun up, but he's not really shooting at anything. He's just talking to somebody. So we're just walking
It
around
leaves you
like
with two options. Doesn't it? Either you shoot
Yeah.
them. So this is what you do. What you actually should do always now, and this is what everyone else is saying, is just shoot them. But because what's going to happen is you're going to shoot them, and they're going to go, "Oh, I'm not even playing." They're going to get pissed off, or you don't shoot
Mm.
them, and then they'll shoot you.
Yeah.
And it'll be one or the other. There is no winning in that case. It needs to be
Yeah.
obvious. Like if you're on the field and you're not stood still, or you're not like there, it needs to be you walk through this. Everyone there's a target. It can't
Yep.
be if they're stood a certain way, because everyone's stood relaxed because
Yep.
no one can be bothered. Everyone's been
Yeah.
worn down by the heat and the gameplay and everything, and they can't be bothered to play. So they're not like, because that's obvious. You know when someone's playing if they're walking around like that, but chilling like that
Yeah.
and talking to your mates, which is what most people were doing, it's not obvious at all.
No, they should have a
Yeah,
dead
yeah.
rag. Get a dead rag, put it around your fucking plate carrier. I'm dead. Everybody knows that a red flag means
Yeah.
you're dead. Like,
Are they
Yeah.
were they even selling something like that? Because I think that
No,
would be very beneficial if everyone was being given a dead
If
rag.
they include a ragged piece of red cloth, can you imagine what that would do to their
Or just-
profits? No, I'm joking. It's not about that.
that's it now.
It's a good idea.
Next year, right? Watch it. Next year they'll be fucking. Oh, 1 second. Oh, I've got nothing. Yeah, next year that's it. You fucking red flag. But yeah, it's.
I walk around
really-
with my hand on my head like this because I'm not holding my gun in a way that means I'm
No.
going to shoot anybody. I do this because I don't want to have to hold my hand up the entire
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
But there's people that you'll shoot at them, they'll complain that they're not even,
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
like a
bit like-
double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. You shoot someone that you think they're in, and then like, why you shoot me? I'm dead. I'm like, well, obviously you don't
It's
look dead.
basically-
That's why I
it-
shot
it's
you.
basically a game
Yeah.
of unclear consent. Because normally, and it's a game of consent.
if only there was a way to let everybody know that you're dead.
Yeah, that you were dead. That's the thing. It's like if you were playing Call of Duty and you shot someone, think, oh great, I've shot someone, and then they just look at you and go, no, you haven't. I'm not playing. Like
I'm
that.
just
Would,
not
how much would that
playing.
ruin the game?
Yeah.
It would be boring. There'd be no excitement. It cuts the gameplay off completely. So you go, oh, so that was pointless then. Or they shoot you and you go, oh, well, that's a waste of time.
Yeah.
It completely ruins the game. It's such a pain to
That
work with.
really ticked me off. That really did tick me off. Like none of them said they got hit. Like,
And it's obvious as well. There's so many cases I saw people, and it's like you've got a bead on them, you're shooting them, and then they go, I can't really bother to get hit. I'll shoot you and pretend I didn't get hit.
Yep.
And it's airsoft. If you don't take your hits, that's the game gone. It just becomes nothing at that point. There's
Yep.
no stakes, is there really? I don't even
It
know what enjoyment do you get out of that if
Just-
you just walk around being immortal.
might as well play a reenactment where you're just shooting real guns and pretend that I shot you first.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's yeah. But yeah, social side of things. Social sides excluding
Social
the
side
game.
of things.
The
Mm.
social side was
The biggest highlight.
We had the
the
most
weekend.
fun not playing airsoft. Definitely. And I think it was a combination of things, but I think it got to the evening and we were all kind of fed up with. We just wanted to get some. There was some silliness to be released.
Yeah,
from not being able
100%.
to enjoy ourselves during the day, and that's why this happened. And oh God, it was insane. It was one of the most chaotic, mental evenings, and I think a lot of people responded so well to us approaching them with this fucking creature because I think even the people that owned the stores that we walked up to, they wanted something fun to happen.
Yeah,
And I feel like that's what made it a lot easier. Like so many people came up to us and spoke to us, or got pictures with it. Most people don't even know what the
Yeah,
fuck it
pictures,
is.
videos.
it's either a
There's
cock,
loads.
fucking one of
yeah.
them creatures from Men in Black, or just
Yeah.
a blob.
Or a blob, yeah. No one's. But I think the counter was something like 15 people
Yeah.
actually got the reference in the end.
There was
Out of
one girl
everyone.
that were having a proper meltdown, like
He was
fangirling
very
about it.
enthusiastic.
She came
Yeah,
over multiple times.
the
She's
whole
like,
thing.
"Oh my god!"
It's more popular with women than it is with men. I wonder why that is. Men though, the man's response to seeing this for some reason is either licking it, sucking it off, or like rubbing it, or like basically grinding on it. I've been working on the video. It's going to be out on Sunday. I don't know when this pod will go out. But
Or making a
Friday will be
comparison
out.
to their ex-girlfriend.
So yeah, that too.
Yeah,
there was a lot of that.
Oh, yeah, that looks like my ex-wife. Or I know someone who could sit on that.
Do you know
Yeah,
what
that was
the,
it. That's
do you know
in the
A lot of people said
Do you
that.
the funniest one for me where them two ladies came up with the kids and they were like, "That looks like a cock," that, and the two kids were stood next to him like your two kids there. You're talking about fucking
Yeah,
penis.
that was
mate.
great. These were some of the. They were so rough. They were nice, but fucking hell, they were so, like there was no like, oh, I'm not going to talk about that in front of my kids. Those kids, they've heard everything.
They've experienced some things.
And we got up to so much stuff after kind of editing out all of the like the slow bits, which there wasn't really any, and I'd cut out quite a lot. The video's 16 minutes long.
Oh, okay, now
It's 16 minutes long of us fucking with people with this. That's it was so funny.
Yeah.
And just editing it has been a joy. It's been so funny going back through the video. I was giggling to myself watching us do the nonsense. It was mostly Zach. So thanks to Zach for. I don't know whether he was mildly inebriated might have helped, but he was the spearhead of this this ridiculous evening.
I'm pretty sure this holds like 2 pints.
Do you know what it were, right?
It holds 2 pints.
I was extremely dehydrated.
We'd barely ate any food. We were dehydrated as hell.
I was extremely dehydrated, pissed off, bored. That when I got the first pint of that, it went the whatever side it went down like a tree, and I just sucked it, and that I'm like, I need another one, 2 more, please. And it just a good laugh, and yeah,
it was
really raised the spirits of everybody involved.
I think so. Yeah, I think that was the most memorable, easily the most memorable thing, and it wasn't even planned, was it? Like that was completely spirit of the moment. That was, and that actually that brings me on to, and this isn't the site's fault. I feel like maybe they're trying to do something and they don't want to do it. Yeah, fine, but would it not be a fun game mode to have that on a field? Because I just feel like what an opportunity to not take. Because I walked up to.
That's one of the greatest pictures.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Ever.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. I keep finding like new clips because Joe took some footage as well. With every now and again, he'll send a little bit or something, and it's brilliant. But yeah, for the site to be offered this, and I've sent emails back and forth with attachment to the viral meme, explained everything. Said I basically walked up to them. Like the guys at our base, and I said, look, here's this thing, it would be really funny, look, I don't care what happens to it, I don't care if you destroy it, doesn't matter, just put it in the game somehow, just put it in the game, say this is a hostage you got to go get something. Nothing. They didn't have. They want to play cocaine packets and holding objectives. They had no interest in doing something that was actually fun. And I'm not just being butthurt because they didn't use the thing that I made.
No.
I just felt like it would have been interesting. I think we would have been interested in playing.
Yep.
Because that's what it was. It would have been so much funnier and so much more interesting to record if we did. So,
like I said, next time I think when we go to NAF and we bring Marcus, we will do his own mission. I will walk into enemy territory, I will place it down, and I will say, listen, cunts, we are doing our own mission. If you want to partake in the mission, feel free. But if not, fuck off. I'm having fun.
Or even, we could have it broken down so it fits in the backpack, and you can assemble it on site without anyone's knowledge. That could be even better.
I was going to say
Lego Marcus.
I'll have it in the HPA backpack, so if I'm running a remote line, you've just got a little Marcus head sticking out. Robert, I need a gun.
Which brings us back to basically saying that at NAF, you kind of need to make your own fun.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Fit a HPA tank inside of Marcus's belly.
I was going to say use his head as a HPA cover.
If he had his mouth open, you could be giving HPA out of a tube.
Oh, Ed.
Endless possibilities.
No, fucking hell.
It was so funny. There was that one Chinese restaurant that was having none of it. That was one of my favourite moments.
Yes, you
I enjoyed that.
I think the
Just
best
went, hello.
the best two vendors that had the best response to it were Ammo Dump, Ammo Drop,
Ammo Drop,
and what they call Delta Armories or Delta Armories. Gary
Delta
from
Armories-
Patrol Base. Shout out to
Yeah,
Gary from Patrol Base.
And what was it? So there was two deltas. There was Delta Armories, and there was also I'm gonna kick myself. I've announced all of this is in the video.
Is
Ah.
it the
It's
one
Delta
that taped
Action.
up his
Delta
arm?
Action. That was it. Yeah.
Oh, the Asian
Nice,
company.
nice Asian family that
Yeah,
taped
yeah.
up Marcus's arm. Because again, like they were sat around, and you could tell that everyone was kind of a bit bored.
Mm.
And I thought that we would approach them and people would be annoyed at us, but no. And we did violate a lot of people's space by just walking into their business.
Walking around with this in one hand and Marcus in the
Yeah.
other.
All right,
Hey,
we got
hey.
Marcus. Yeah, that was it's Marcus. That's one of the videos. We walk up to Delta Action. We walk up to them, and Dan, who's the guy that we met there, hello Dan, if you see this, he just goes, "It's Marcus," and straight away they start laughing, and it was great. It was good fun to make that many people smile and laugh, and there was a lot of good positive interactions, which was a lot more fun than playing the walking simulator salty boy game.
Shout out to Mel at Ammo Dump for just playing along. I know she had.
Yeah, Ammo Dump was great as well. They get a big mention in the in the video.
Which is his glass in one hand.
That is wonderful.
Yeah, like the fact that Marcus got you a free spin as well on your spin the wheel. You got a nice little
Yeah, no, that was nice. They were really accommodating and really good sport. There was a few stalls that we kind of didn't bother with because they were a bit serious. And
we just looked at them and like, you guys are boring as fuck. You guys.
It was also
don't do it."
I think it was the custom build one. We could see they clearly actually had loads of customers. And I don't think they really appreciated us.
Like, let's be
around.
honest. Like, how many stores we went to with customers, and how many customers continued shopping even though we're there. Like, it was just.
I don't think we negatively affected business. I
No.
like to think that we're going to bring a positive impact
Yes, of
on the
course.
business.
I've just dumped a load of pictures
Oh,
into
sweet.
into the Discord.
But yeah, like I think brands that or companies that are very uptight about certain things, like we couldn't put him. We had to
that's great.
ask to put him on the sofa. Like,
Oh yeah.
what do you mean? Can't what?
You have
It's
to
a
ask.
fucking sofa. You've put a sofa on the dirt in a tent. Calm down. Why did you bring a sofa? Like it was gonna be. Oh no, they had a sofa, but you couldn't sit on it with a drink,
Yeah,
and you couldn't. I think it said no boots as well. We said, could we put him on it? And he's like, oh, read the sign. I was like, fuck off.
yeah. Like,
Really?
have you really had that much of a depressing weekend that like?
Like, oh my god, I'm sorry you haven't had more fun.
Yeah, we
There we
won't say
go.
the company name.
It's
No,
a
it's a
couch.
You'll probably
in the
see it in the
dirt.
video.
Couch in the
Well,
dirt. There's
maybe.
dust flying everywhere. Like there's worse things that are going to dirty up that couch.
Like,
Sorry
no
we
one
tried to
sat
have
on it.
fun. Yeah. no
All
one
it
sat on
did for me, right? All it did for me would just go, right, you're gonna be moody about that, right? Okay, that's just took five potential customers away. Like, I know I'm not gonna probably buy one, but I'm gonna look and maybe check your company out later. But now you've just done that, I don't give a fuck. Fuck off.
I think a lot of people. I mean, Airsoft Noob. So Airsoft Noob has created quite a big. I said, do you know what's strange about his following? Is it isn't big, but it's niche, and the
Yeah.
niche is active, which is the most important thing about niche on
Mm, mm,
TikTok. And Airsoft Noob's done remarkably well in a short space of time. So out of all of us, he's like the big influencer
Yeah.
of the group. So you got to think, even if you just know him, and you can see there's cameras around and stuff. And I guess, I mean, maybe it's none of our business to be recording around people and anything anyway, but you'd think, well, this is probably going to go somewhere. So wouldn't I want? And I think like Ammo Drop
Positive, yeah.
and BC and everyone, they're all kind of aware that, well, this is free advertising. This is clearly going to go somewhere. If there's a funny interaction or something, we'll leave it
Yeah.
in. Or if they respond well, we'll leave it in. So we
Yeah,
did, and I've
100%.
given a shout out to every company that we had a good interaction with.
Yeah,
So
100%.
it's beneficial to, and at the end of the day, it's fun.
Mm-hmm. Like, you
And I
don't
think that-
you don't have to know the meme. You don't have to like think. You just
No.
have a laugh. It's a fucking weird looking creature. Like,
No,
you
we
know.
were. I think we were in semi invasive, but we were polite. It wasn't like a Jake Paul Suicide Forest bit, we weren't like in people's faces.
Yeah,
We weren't being
no.
obnoxious. If they said
Yeah, I
fuck
would-
off, we would have left.
Yeah,
I
like
would like to add a disclaimer here that none of us felt entitled with what we were doing. If people
no.
didn't want us to be there or wanted us to
Yeah.
to move on, then that would have been
wouldn't have.
fine with us.
No,
we
would have
got the
complied.
vibe when they didn't want us to be there. We just went,
Yeah.
all right, Marcus wants to go look for another AK.
Yeah.
Like we didn't feel entitled to put him on the couch, and we're not
We
like
still did though.
salty or mad about it. It's just the way they handled it was a little bit unexpected.
It's just,
Yeah, I think just boring, really.
Yeah.
And it's a festival, and even if it's an airsoft fest, like a festival's always a different vibe. And usually the vibe is we're all here, we're all trying to have fun, and it's like it's a breakaway from reality in some ways, which is what it's a lot. I mean, none of us do drugs, but like in a lot of cases that adds to it. But it's you don't. You're okay to sort of relax and just be a bit sillier, which most people did. We've had so many interactions. There's a part. So the video that I made concludes with me washing Marcus with Dettol or like Febreze, I think, because of the amount of attention he got, positive and negative. And I had to what was it? So instead of using the word that we can't use on YouTube or anywhere, I've used the word assaulted because that happened to Marcus a lot. Marcus
He got salted.
assaulted. He definitely got assaulted.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways.
Help, Robert. I'm in danger.
That was
The old
wonderful.
man's face. He's like,
It's
what
so
the
funny.
fuck? He's like, I really want to go back to old airsoft where there was none of this weird stuff.
It was brilliant. It was
Yeah.
brilliant when someone would say to us, "What the fuck's that?" and we would just respond
It's-
really
it's-
like sort of casually and normally. Oh, it's Marcus.
It's Marcus.
Like this is
the
this is
worm.
just- it's
You don't
Marcus.
know Marcus. The
You don't
Worm.
know
Marcus
Marcus
Worm.
is quite big on YouTube, you know. Like,
just- Whenever question, we just responded like it was the most normal thing ever. It was so flatline. There was no like tone or anything. We were just like,
Yeah.
oh, it's Marcus.
Marcus. We need to print next year if we decide to go. We need to print Padinky Big Bones
If they let us come.
or
After this video, that's certainly
after this
banned.
video.
No, I think
There'd
it's
be
a positive thing from this is they watch it and they improve.
They watch
hope-
it and improve.
Yeah, improve everything that we said. Like improve the gameplay. You
I
know,
don't know what.
put some of the bushes down. You know, make some more holes in bushes.
More
think-
buildings.
Yeah, small
Yeah,
buildings.
I don't know what their site owns, but I think they actually own the field that goes. I'm trying to think. They might have actually moved that since. So I'm just wondering if they actually, because I think what they need is open, flat land, really. At least a bit more of it, so more people can play, or split it up more, because it's just like
Build
or
a-
have areas and zones.
Build a CQB village.
You just
Build
Yeah,
CQB
I mean-
village, and I will sit in there and I will gladly play that because I can see my targets and I play CQB a lot. So like, just build a CQB village.
You could do that, couldn't you? You could just have, okay, this is going to be the main game, and then we've got the side. We've got they haven't got the marshals for this, which is one of the biggest problems. But like I said earlier, if they did just have a smaller zone where where you can casually walk into it, because like I was saying to you guys that it was like last time I came completely on my own, and all of your reaction was like, I can't believe you did that.
Like fuck that, that's boring as fuck.
But I just got involved and I played both days continuously, and it still had all the same problems. But because I was on the field so much, I think I managed to carve out a bit. But the gameplay still wasn't amazing. I do feel like it was worse this year though.
It's like I said to Airsoft Noob, we were talking to him, and I'm like they could, it'd be a hard one because of the controversy, but like they could easily set up a speed field up the side somewhere and be like, come and try Speedsoft.
Yeah.
Come and get a try, and that would open the doors and give so many people like a opportunity to realize that Speedsoft's not this negative thing that they seem to perceive. It's actually a fun format and quite a skilled format, and it brings quite a lot of stuff to the industry. Like since Speedsoft become a big thing, like there's been so many developments in the HPA scene that's developed it much further than what Airsoft, the Milsim side would have. Like if Speedsoft weren't a thing, like airsoft, like the technology would just be stalemate still. Like there would be no advancements.
I think a lot of that comes from the LARP side of it, and I think that's what makes people turn against Speedsoft so much. It's the Mill Team Sixers who will, and it's always they got all the military gear,
Yep.
get all of the stuff, all the weapons.
Mm.
Not the exercise regime though. Funny,
Yeah.
they missed out that bit.
Yeah.
They couldn't pick that up for 10 quid.
They'll spend 300 quid on trousers, but they don't know how to use those trousers.
Yeah, no, 100%. Like
Or those boots.
the elitists, the funny ones are the elitists that want a dress all milsim, play milsim, but they don't actually go to a milsim. They just want to play casual Sunday. Like
a lot of people are like that.
you
A lot of people just
cannot,
like the gear.
Yeah.
you cannot expect people to conform to your play style if you go to a skirmish. Skirmish is open Sunday, which is for every sort of player, any type of player. If you want hardcore milsim and only want that sort of gameplay, fuck off to a milsim.
I
Like,
think at some point we should actually do a mil sim, just because I think it would be funny, and I don't know, and I don't think we should be not because I also had this idea we'd go like dressed in Adidas and like have like the cringe as fuck guns, and we just wouldn't get let on the field. Let's be
No.
honest, I
To
don't
be-
want to ruin anyone else's time, but
be
I think it would be
fair,
fun to try it.
Speed mill summers.
If we
That's
went
pretty-
to a milsim that has a bit of LARP where the bad team you can dress up as Taliban or whatever, I think we would have such a good time. Like us dressed up in full
think so.
turbans and fucking
I see nothing wrong with that statement.
an AK, you know, like
We're definitely getting
RPG,
banned
you know, like
after this
I-
conversation.
it would be very cheap for us because we just buy some shitty AK, go to the local store and get local dress wear, and we're done. Like we
Yeah.
don't have to buy multicam, we don't have to do this and that. Like we just go there, fuck around. Like there is some fun milsims that like I would do. It's just I can't justify the play style. Like it's so
No.
boring. Like you have to fucking enter a building with a 4-man stack. I don't want to fucking enter a building with a 4-man stack. I want to go and clear it myself, you know?
yeah, that I think I would struggle with that side of things.
And
But
taking orders as well. Like
yeah,
you're
Yeah.
paying, right? You're paying fucking good money to go to an event and you got to take orders from someone that's like paying money to be there as well. Like it's
sometimes you get these sites, and I've never experienced it. They've always been great, the ones that I've sort of been to and spoke to. But you do get sites where the marshals will genuinely shout at you, and I just hearing that from people, I'm like, I would just walk away. Like I'm paying you.
Yeah.
What part of this interaction do you not understand? Like you're the one giving me a service. Do you think like you don't go to Asda and try and buy a fucking packet of ribs or something? They'd be like, "All right, you cunt, you're having this," and you just wouldn't go there again, would you?
no. Like
So I don't know. I don't understand the airsoft can be a weird scene at times with different
Like,
groups.
I
But
can
feel like not taking it
understand-
too seriously is a good way to go.
Yeah, 100%. I can understand marshals shouting at rental players that are not following the basic rules, like taking the mask off in the game zone or
Yeah,
following
makes sense.
people. Like, I can understand a marshal potentially losing his cool when, like, you've told him multiple times, don't take your mask off, you're going to die if you get shot in the eye or whatever. Like, you can understand that, but, like, just at regular players that are playing, it's just a bit weird.
yeah, it is weird. Which talking about iPro, I got the JT ProFlex as a recommendation from Joe and Zach. It's fantastic. And I dressed as a priest in polyester, and it didn't fog up.
Yep.
It was such a good mask. It's lightweight,
really
and
good.
I don't know if they do an accessory where you can put a GoPro on it. But obviously, I 3D printed our ones.
Yeah.
But it's
on.
it's such a good mask. If anyone's new to airsoft, spend the money. Just get a JT ProFlex.
JT
It's-
ProFlex is
It makes your
the
life easier.
most customizable mask on the market and has been one of the longest running masks on the market. And
I think they
just
basically
work.
kept the same design for like the
Yeah.
last 30 years because it
Yeah.
just works really
Like
well.
a crocodile. There's no reason to evolve.
nope, it's just
It's already there.
it's an amazing
Perfect.
mask for both paintball and airsoft. Like
Yeah, it's great. Didn't
100%.
fall off. Didn't
With
fog
good
up.
customizability as well.
Yeah,
And
you can
like
have
the
pretty
mouth,
colours if you want
different
pretty colours.
mouthpiece.
Yeah, you can spend thousands on parts, like super
Or
dope.
not, if you're
Yeah,
me.
or not. You
But,
can customize and shit. Like
yeah,
I run
but
a
it's
die,
such-
but I'm getting a JT Pro Flex.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. Because a lot of people, when they get into airsoft, I feel like they go, "Oh yeah, what gun should I spend loads of money on?" And at the end of the day, the thing that's going to be strapped to your fucking face for most of the time is going to make your life shit
Yeah.
or fun.
Yep.
Buy a good mask, and the
Yeah.
JT Pro Flex is good.
Pay for comfort and convenience.
And don't buy fucking block.
Oh yeah, we should be talking about that shit. That was great. That was great. Airsoft noob picked up a block pair of glasses. He goes, "Oh yeah, he showed me. Yeah, they don't fog up or anything." Goes on the field, they fogged up.
Yeah. So like he gave the block team give him the usual spiel of how amazing they are, and you know the normal advertisement spiel. Gets them. I'm like, why have you bought those? He's like, because they said they don't fog up, and I'm like, yeah, but like end of the day, everything can fog up. Like, don't get me wrong, everything can fog up. Like the dies fog up. The JTs do fog up if the seal on the lenses are fucked. But that goes for any thermal lens. And yeah, his fogged up. And we were like, yeah, you're just wasting your money.
It gets worse than that, because not only did they fog up, he then lost them.
Yep.
He then lost them on the way back to the site, to the campsite. So he had to go and buy another pair because there was nowhere. I don't think there was any other iPro. So they got 2 loads out of him.
Which I told him not to do. I told him, right? I went, don't buy another pair, right? Just wear your dye mask and I'll show you how to breathe in it. What's he do? Go buy another pair. I'm like, oh.
I offered my mesh, but yeah, it didn't.
Can we do a recording check real quick just to see if you're running out of space or if it's how far away, how far into the recording we are? I've not been recording, so
Yeah, no, I've still got plenty of space.
you're still
Yeah,
recording good.
I'm still good.
Okay, just making sure. I don't want to get all the way through this video
And then you haven't pressed
and
record.
an hour has gone.
Shit. No, yeah, no, I've been recording about an hour and 25 minutes.
I think I'll start recording next. I'll record next time
Yeah, so
just to make sure.
But I guess. So do we want to say? Would we recommend NAF?
Okay, so wait. Before we recommend NAF, what we're gonna do next year, boys? That's the question. Because I have a game plan in my head. What I like. I have 2 game plans in my head of what I'd like to do for next year.
Okay.
But first, what are your guys' thoughts? Do you want to do next year?
I think there is fun to be had at NAF for the sheer reason of the mass of people. We just have to be creative on how we get that fun. And I think we should have a uniform theme that we go with. And I think it should be as silly as possible.
Venga
'Cause
boys.
I was thinking about that, and then I put on the side of the van, Venga bus. The Venga bus is in town. I think that'd be really funny. I
Yeah.
think we go loud, we go obnoxious with
Loud
the
and proud.
dress, loud and proud. 3D printed bits, 3D printed characters. I can cook up those in advance. I think we should go as loud and as silly as possible because it's the best place to advertise it.
Yeah.
And people respond well to something that's a bit different, even just dressed as the priest for the short amount of time, which I did alone because no one the priesty bit, but that's fine. I knew that was going to happen.
I forgot it.
Yes, I know, right? Whatever, it's fine. I cooked myself in the polyester suit, which, to be honest, because of the priest thing as well, is it only really worked if I played a lot in it, and we didn't play that much in general. So to get enough footage for it to be really usable and good,
Yeah.
was probably not going to happen. And it was polyester, so it was really hot, and I'm kind of glad no one else did it because I was struggling, and I'm my stamina's pretty good, so I feel like it would have been painful for one of us to be doing it.
Gio, do you want to do it next year?
It's a difficult one because you don't want
yeah.
you don't want it to be an experience that you've had already.
Mhm.
You want it to be you want to go out there, you want to shoot people, you want to enjoy, you've spent money on those BBs and all those parts to get those guns upgraded and shooting straight.
yeah.
I would want to maybe look at an alternative, like
Yeah,
maybe like
yeah.
a weekend doing something, going to a different site like No Man's Land,
Oh,
allows you to camp
that's
there and stuff like that. And they
Or
have
even,
they do barbecues. It'd be good
yeah,
to do our own sort of festival.
I think you're right. I think that might be the way to go. Because what are the alternatives? Because I know they say biggest airsoft festival, but there are other events.
yeah. There's obviously
Mm.
Shift Your Riff. There's obviously weekend games at sites. I mean, we can make a weekend of a site if they do like Friday, Saturday, Sunday games. Like I said to you, if you come up to Teesside, we can make a weekend
Yeah.
out of it. Friday we can play at District 23. Saturday we can play at District 23 again. And then on Sunday we can play at Naughty Dog's outside. So like we can make a weekend.
Dirty
of it.
Dog.
Dirty Dog, Naughty Dog, Dirty Dog. I always say it.
So this is probably the most ambitious thing I'm going to say. But what if we did our own?
Well, we could. We need to speak to
Event.
Airsoft Noob.
Speak to Airsoft Noob. Airsoft
Yeah.
Noob is our is the only one with a massive growing following.
See,
Although mine has peaked a
Airsoft.
little bit recently.
Yeah.
But it's YouTube's not very generous to
Between
to
us, we could run an event like. Oh, there's also a Kicking Mustangs event, Rumble in the Jungle. That has vehicles.
Ooh, see, that sounds fun.
We've-
Vehicles, you've already sold me.
Yeah, vehicles are great. Like, there's two other more possibilities. One, we go up to Scotland to play at the site that I've always wanted to play at, which is Section 8, the one that I've always watched on YouTube. Scout the Doggy and that. Like, that would be.
I love Scotland, so I'll take any excuse to go up there.
Or the next big thing is we jump on a plane and go European.
What?
We go European.
I'll drive, but you guys meet me there.
What do you mean?
I'm not getting on a plane. I don't fly.
What do you?
I
You don't fly.
Do you not know I don't fly? That's the
No.
thing. I don't fly.
What do you mean you don't fly?
I despise flying. I hate
Why?
everything about it. I think part of me, it's, I think it's lack of control. Is might be what it's from,
yeah.
but it's, I guess, fear of death, lack of control, lack of any. I have no faith in other people.
Okay,
That's
so
just, I just don't
That's-
trust
yeah.
anyone.
new
fine.
airsoft vlog it'd be like, we're going airsoft in Italy. Ed flies for the first time.
Okay, so here's the thing. I have flown. I've been to Australia. I just hated it.
Yeah,
So
that's-
it's got
that's
to
Yeah,
the
but
point
it's
where
only
you
an
get in
hour.
there.
Come on, it's an hour on a plane, 2 hours at max to get to like Poland or
You can
whatever.
drive. It doesn't take you long to
It
get to
takes
Poland.
you
if
fucking
drive.
longer than
Give
2
it
hours to
time.
get to Poland.
Get the content. It'd be great.
Well,
We'll do the
okay,
whole-
I've got an idea, right? We can do like a trip to Poland, split vlog.
We'll have a race.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
fine.
race to
Ed can
Poland.
Ed can drive to Poland with all his kit, so we don't have no airport issues.
I might get stopped because of the Ukraine war, but apart from that, it might look a little bit suspicious.
Ukraine's on the other side of Poland, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, it's closer to Russia, isn't it?
Ukraine's like next to Russia.
I guess. I suppose I'm more
Bordering.
thinking coming out of UK with all the gear. And
Nah, you'll be
customs
fine with
being
just-
like, why are you wearing multicam?
Do you know what? Right,
That'd be a mistake.
a lot of people for like when they travel to like the NSL, which is like Rotterdam, I think most people drive because it's easier to get guns on the ferry than it is to fly with them.
Yeah, way easier. And to be honest, the ferry is good, and so's the my favorite is probably the Le Tunnel, the Channel
Le-
Tunnel.
Le
Because
Tunnel.
I can take the van on the tunnel,
Yeah.
and it's 30 minutes of slight nervousness versus 2 hours of complete
In the air.
terror.
In the
being in the
tube.
air. Yeah.
So what I'm getting is we're gonna have a European trip in the tranny van.
Yeah, why not? It sounds like a terrible idea, but let's do it.
It's
I
gonna
don't
be
see nothing wrong with this plan.
It would make for a hilarious video. And we'll take Marcus with us as well. Marcus.
We'll take Marcus with us, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to get him a little passport.
Yeah.
What if we get a chibi version of Marcus? Like it's about that big, like a bobblehead.
Okay, that's
you-
doable. I mean,
That'd
obviously, I'll
be
just
cute.
shrink the file. We're done.
That'd
That's
be good,
easy.
man.
I can make him.
Like a-
Could you
any size.
could you imagine,
Desktop
right?
version.
Pulling onto the ferry and border force is like, I need to search your van. You open it, Marcus is so there like that.
That would be so funny.
Border force
I
is
don't
like,
think I don't think they would have a sense of humor about it. I'll be honest. I think they wouldn't be fun at all, but I still would do it.
They'd be like, "That's got
Because I think-
cocaine in it. Take its head off."
You know, they would be like, "Are you using this to smuggle?" Oh, they definitely would search it. There's no way. There's no way they'd have a sense of humor about it.
No.
If you
But
if you
yeah.
could scale it down, you could probably turn it into anything like grenades or something.
Yeah,
Just like twist its head off, throw it.
yeah, I can see it. I can
Drink
see
a
it. I
grenade.
mean, obviously, I made the file, so it can be anything you want it to be.
Butt plug. Wait, what?
Ooh, some people tried that.
TPU.
Can we talk about the incident?
There was many incidents on.
Well, the big incident, the worst incident of what someone did to Marcus at the after he got someone try to fit his head in their mouth. I think the same guy, and I think it's his partner, right? She bent over, and and he tried to insert Marcus.
Yeah.
I think that's the only way I could really say it, and that's the thing that genuinely happened. And I didn't bother recording it because I knew I couldn't put it anywhere. It would have been pointless.
Other than our Discord, where
We got the aftermath though when Zach picked up both of his arms.
Yeah, we got the aftermath. Because that's the thing. I think I went to grab
Started
my
swinging
camera,
them
but
around.
I was like, my finger was like over the record button. I'm like,
We
I'm not
all-
gonna use it.
we all saw it. We all had that ingrained in our
Yeah,
memory.
it would have
We'll
to
put
be
that
an
in those, yeah.
audio sort of experience.
Oh no, stepdad, what are you doing with Marcus?
We could use finger puppets. Maybe that'd be a good way to illustrate what happened.
Marcus, show us where they touched you.
Here and here.
Yeah.
Surprised
it was,
I'm surprised it was just his arms.
So yeah, like a grand
Really?
plan for the squad is maybe we're going international now.
I think that would be good. I think that would be good.
Anyway, my plan for the next NAF, if we decide to do it, would be if we don't get enough people to go camping to make it worth camping, we get a big Airbnb. But if we get enough people to make like a decent camp, we make a camp and we set up a little stall outside, and it's basically Build-A-Bear but for guns.
Which is really cool. Because so nothing will be able to be made on site is what. So
No,
we'll have
no,
to have.
so-
So we'll have to just make loads of bits.
Yeah,
It just means
so-
the surplus of investment will be vast. That's the only thing.
See, you do the 3D side. I'm doing the expensive side. I got to get gearboxes and shit. So the plan would be, right? Listen to this. Right? We take pre-orders for builds,
Right.
and then basically outside the truck we have a basket with each individual component, different colours and stuff. And then you pick your stuff you want, and you can either buy a gearbox from us or a HPA engine, or you bring your own gearbox and we fit it inside and build it there, and we go, boop, there you go.
Do you know what this would see if we did this with? I think that the thing would be to make one gun and make it so easy to assemble and repeat that
Yeah.
you could just do that. And that's why I think it might maybe because I like the idea of doing a custom design. And obviously, there's no like we haven't got to give credits to anyone and we haven't got to pay anyone to use it. If we did it like that, then that could be a really cool option because you could do it just like that.
Yeah.
And if we designed it in such a way that when you assembled it, it didn't take that much time,
Yeah.
then yeah, that would look pretty good. And we will definitely be filing the tax reports on that, and we will definitely be
Cash in hand only.
delete this bit. Delete this bit.
Yeah, cash in hand only, and yeah, the basket. You pick your components you want at, and then you get us to build it. We can either build some pre-assembled ones already that we've built a little bit Gucci, put them on like a little gun wall that people can buy. And then if NAF go, why have you set up a store? And go, it's not just all my second-hand bits that I've printed and laying around. Yeah.
Sorry,
I
what you
feel
just cut
like-
out.
Yeah. So that would be my plan, because then Thursday, Friday, we can focus on getting pissed and selling stuff, and then Friday, Saturday. Friday
That's a
and
great thing about that.
yeah.
I mean, I don't drink, but even so, I think because like obviously everyone's level kind of
Yeah.
raised a little bit, but I was still there.
Yeah.
and I had to remain semi together because I had to record the thing. But it was so funny, and I can't wait for you guys to see the video because you experienced it slightly tipsy. To experience what actually happened sober on all the footage, it's gonna be beautiful. I'd like to see. Can I get a video of you guys watching it?
Yeah, we'll do a watch party if you want and
Sure.
watch it.
Yeah, watch party. That would be so funny.
Yeah, man.
I'd love to see that.
I only remember what I have from pictures, and there's like a few odd videos in there as well, but you couldn't really see my face in them. But it was probably like this.
What the fuck? What the hell?
Because I was so concerned throughout the night. I'm like, what's going to happen to Marcus? He's just going to fall to pieces. I knew at some point during the night something was going to go wrong with Marcus,
and it did.
It did. It happened at the very end, and we just left at that point.
Because
We
he
just
got
thought
assaulted.
he got assaulted, and we thought we've got to take him away now because it's just going to get worse.
We were
So
like,
with anything like that, don't be worried about because it's made to be destroyed in a way. Like anything I make like that is not precious, and I can also replicate it for about a tenner. So don't worry about things breaking. Just let it happen. If someone wanted to pick Marcus up and speedball it across the site to their mate, I'd let them do it because I think it'd be funny. It's all for the content. If it makes a funny video, I don't care.
But yeah, we'll come up with some plans to do NAF next year. I think we should do more of a business and social side more than playing airsoft. Because it'd be cool. Like, I've always wanted to do like a side hustle with teching and building cool shit. I've just needed, someone with a bit more design thing. Because I've tried it, it just pisses me off.
And I can't tech, so I've never tried. But
I'll leave teching to my side. But yeah, like there's so many cool shit we can do. Like, obviously, we can make our own HPA engines. We can make gas blowback cheaper for everyone. We can build a shell ejecting shotgun that's not expensive to run. Like, there's so many cool stuff. But like that is a business that we'll have to come together for and make a list of things. And I still think the making replicas that work from games is such a good idea. It's just time consuming.
And what you need to do is make inspired by or similar universe, not exactly, because even though this is the way the companies work. Warhammer only did it recently to Galactic Armories, but as soon as they released their helmet through Joy Toy that you can buy, they were like, "Oh no one's allowed to sell files now because it'll affect our." But that's how it works. But Warhammer's never going to make airsoft guns, but it doesn't make a difference. It still means that you can't really make Warhammer airsoft guns.
So,
however, you can make similar.
Yeah, we'll bypass it. We'll come up with a way to bypass it. And I think for me, the biggest thing would be we don't sell the files, because if someone sells the files, it can replicate. We make the builds. We make the build.
I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, and then from the funds, you can get a new 3D printer and expand.
Just have wall to wall 3D printers.
Yeah, you'll end up looking like one of them NAF shops where it's just like a warehouse full of 3D printers.
That's so cool. And do you know what's hilarious about those warehouses? They never have good ventilation. It's never enclosed.
Just walk
in. I just look at them and I just think, why? Like, you look at videos all the time, people are like, "Oh yeah, I got 6 3D printers," and I look at them and none of them are plugged into a vent system.
No.
So what, you just stay in the room with it, do you? Is that how you get high? Yeah. Your microplastic levels is like, on Lilo and Stitch when she's drawing like a diagram of how bad Stitch is. It's like that, but it's just microplastics to his head. Like yeah. I'll try not to kill myself, or rather, sorry, I'll try not to unalive myself in Minecraft with 3D printing fumes.
But yeah, that's a project we're gonna have to sit and talk about. Like, for me, I can do the design and come up with ideas how to make things work in a technical standpoint, but actually designing it is
I can design relatively well to it, but I think like the guy we do have a guy and a few people I know who are also quite good at design, like the German that helped me do the las gun related body kit. He's pretty damn good as well. It's just time. Time is all it is. Is just making sure that you don't allocate a lot of time to something which isn't going to have a bigger payoff.
Yeah, no, I get that.
And you don't want it to take away from being able to have a relatively a relatively active content stream, because if you go quiet, then that's one of the worst
I
things you can do for a.
I think
for a
another
channel.
thing that kind of like bypasses the thing of making it work. Say like we build a gun and it doesn't do very well in terms of views or whatever. Like if I take that to a site and I'm playing with it and someone likes it, and go, you can buy it if you want, sell it. It's no big email supply. Right, there you go, have it.
Yeah.
You know, or you
Yeah,
can
that
do
works.
giveaways.
That works.
Giveaways are always fun.
Yeah, let's do a lottery system. It's just a scam, but let's do a lottery thing where if 1,000 people give us a quid, we'll give one of you 50 quid. Those
Yeah,
are
like
great.
we can do gun giveaways and special gun giveaways
Mm.
and that, and like, yeah, it's a lot to think about. But we'll sit down and get to the drawing board and see what we can
I think
come up
first order of business is we got to think about airsoft noobs. Airsoft noobs gun.
Yeah, that'll be an easy one. Like, that's a whole story for another thing. He wants to do a video on it, so we'll leave it for that then.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, let's get a rating. Ed, what do you think of NAF?
Oh God, we're just gonna give it a number out of 10 because that's gonna be hard.
Yeah, number out of 10, and
Ooh.
maybe like a one word to describe your NAF experience.
One
Ooh.
word.
Oh,
Ooh, Get
no.
thinking, Joe. Get thinking.
Oh no. I'm gonna say I did have a really good time, just not in the area that you're supposed to have it.
That's a fun one-word answer.
But that's not my answer. That's not my answer. I was
Okay,
never
okay.
good at school.
That's a build-up to his answer.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 5. That's harsh, but I am gonna say 5.
That's fair. That's fair.
Because I feel like, well, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna say 5, and unexpected is going to be my.
Joe,
I'm gonna give it a 6.
6. Okay.
6, and my one word would probably be exhausting.
Okay. And I'm gonna give it a 5, and this is gonna be cheesy, but I think it was just a bit naff.
That's why you set that question up. You just wanted to use.
Yeah, 5 and just a bit naff.
And I think with the disclaimer of anyone watching this, you might enjoy it more than us, gameplay wise. It could just be our interpretation of it. But this is just how we felt us playing it. Not to say we didn't enjoy it. We did enjoy it, but we didn't enjoy it for the main thing that it's based around, which is a little bit strange.
But maybe next year, once we get a bit more planning and everything, next year's NAF might be a completely different experience. But
yeah,
we'll have to see.
Could be.
Yeah, everything inside of those gates is where our experience truly decided to, that's where our experience was, within those gates. Going outside those gates, it was, like I said, it was. What word did I use? My one word.
Exhausting.
Exhausting, yeah.
And it is
beyond those gates, it was just very exhausting.
Yeah.
Well, on the inside, it's you're with groups of people, you're drinking, you're eating lots of food, you're going around different stalls. That's what the main experience was for us.
And bear in mind that is also the food and drink area is really small.
Yeah,
it's not like other festivals. It's a very small actual social site. Like the social side of things is a really small bit, but even though it was like that, it's still very enjoyable, and everyone's into the same hobby as you.
Yeah. And the one last point I want to make is I think the layout of how it was designed was so wrong. Like, they put the camping and your player operating area the furthest away from the game entrance. Like, you just spent so much time walking. Like, if you had a gun problem, 10-minute walk back. Like, or longer. Like, it's a minimum, 5 to 10-minute walk.
And we know that the playing area, if you were to go to the right of where the campsite is and walk into the woods, part of that is the playing area. So it kind of makes you, I guess, no, because they need to vet who walks in and walks out. But you could have maybe more entrances to the site.
I just think that where the current vendors were, that should be where everyone will camp in and player set up, and the vendors should be at the other side of the site. Because at the end of the day, if I'm going out to play, I'm not bothered about vendors. I just want to get into the game as quick as possible. So, for me, it should be player camp setup area where you left of the site is closest to the game zone, and right is vending and social village to the other side. And then that way, you go where you are intending to go. That's just me. That's how every event I've ever been to. That's how it's always run. So yeah. But yeah, I think that's our NAF podcast, isn't it, boys?
Yeah.
I believe so.
Shout out to Joe and Ed over here. If you want to check out Ed's channel, it's Edward Peak. I'll put his YouTube banner somewhere on there, and go have a look at Sunday at the amazing Marcus video that's coming out. And thank you, Joe, Mr. Producer Maximus. I'll may put your YouTube if you want me to put your thing there.
I'm probably going to make a separate YouTube just for airsoft stuff.
Yeah,
I've got some shorts on my channel, but it's not anything to really rave about, so I'm going to make a whole separate thing.
Yeah, man. Sounds
related things.
Yeah, so if you want me, I'll put your Infamous one, and then in future videos we'll put your thing. Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, if you did enjoy that, check out everyone's channel. Leave a like, a comment, and let me know what your thoughts were about NAF and if you made it this year. But yeah, guys, peace out.